in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Visionary Hotspot, talk radio with the consciousness of women, for women, by women. A radio show bridging the gap among women desiring their purpose with the world's greatest minds, achievers, and believers of women's progress. The Visionary Hotspot Talk Radio, creating conversations that matter, inspiring, encouraging, enlightening, and empowering women to live life as our greatest self. I am you, you are me, and we are visionary women. Hello and welcome to the Visionary Woman. I'm Charmaine Caraway at the Video Exchange, and I have my wonderful, wonderful friend here, Laura Fenamore, and she is an author, a activist, and a phenomenal coach who teaches people to learn to love themselves as they are, the way they are, and she has a wonderful message for us. Welcome, Laura. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you. You are a gift in my life. I've just really enjoyed getting to know you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So today we're going to talk about healthy body esteem and healthy body image. Let me ask you this. Why is this message so near and dear to you?
This message is so near and dear to me because people have a hard time believing that, you know, almost 30 years ago, I was 100 pounds heavier. I was alcoholic. I was into drugs. I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I was out of control with addictions. When people look at me today, they're like, really? I don't believe that. But it's true. I was on a fast course to going really downhill, and I got a very strong message that my job was to heal so that I could help other people heal. And my job was to heal from eating disorders and addictions. And I knew that, you know, so what happened is I released 100 pounds and I got clean and sober, Charmaine, but I still hated my body. So the message became even clearer that it has nothing to do with the outside. It's all about the inside. And it is true that, you know, people can release weight and feel better about themselves, but it doesn't heal. Losing weight doesn't heal low self-esteem.
And you know what, Laura, you hit it on the head. I don't understand that. Why is it that the work that is required on the inside, the low self-esteem, the degradation, the depression, the anxiety, the fears that we have, why is it that we try to mask those things or band-aid those things with the external?
Mm-hmm. We just think that that's going to fix us. And we think that, you know, it's when we were little, we got all of these messages about what beauty was, what perfection was, what this was. So people are kind of going for this illusional belief that if I do that, I'll be happy. But deep down inside, a lot of people don't feel like enough. And the truth is like we could keep it really, really, really simple. Be happy first, and then everything will follow. Instead of, I will get the stuff, I will have the perfect body, and then I'll be happy. It's like we got that backwards, Charmaine. Got it backwards.
It's so true. Laura, listen, you're preaching to the choir. I get it. Listen, I understand it, and I love the way you word that, because oftentimes we mask our pain with shopping. We mask our pain with drugs, as you've experienced. We mask our pain with all kinds of addictions, whether it's food, whether it's sex, whatever it is. And What we don't realize is all of our challenges was created to gain our attention. Mm-hmm. So we can grow, learn, develop, and then pass those life lessons on to other people who may be going through something very similar. What we fail to realize is that we forfeit that opportunity to, as we say nowadays, keeping it real. Yeah. We forfeit that opportunity, and we don't take advantage of the opportunity to pass that wisdom on to someone else. How do we get from the point of living in a facade? I call it the mist or the smoke or, the vapors. How do we go from living in the vapors to living in a true state of reality and dealing with our problems?
Yeah. Well, as I always like to say, it is a process, not a pill. But step one is to actually really look at who you're hanging around with. And if you can evaluate it and say, I'm really negative and I'm hanging around with a lot of negative people that are bringing me down, then I need to reevaluate that. But even before that, Charmaine, it comes down to willingness. Am I willing to get help? And obviously, if people are watching The Visionary Women, they are hungry for a new conversation. So people are they're already telling us, yes, I'm willing. And now it's like, okay, I'm willing. Now I need to just make some simple changes, changing our environment, changing, how we talk to ourselves. And that is a process. That's something, I teach women that we have to start writing down the messages that we're saying to ourselves. Are they negative? And if they are, all we have to do is change the language of them. I mean, something as simple as, Laura, I'm really proud of you, versus you're just such a screw up. Laura,
oh my God, Laura, you're so right. I love that when you said, the way we talk to ourselves. Listen, I'm not kidding. I used to have this thing where when I first started coming into myself, I would literally talk to myself, and I was very tough on me because, see, I know me. If you allow me, I'll sit in my pity party. So I used to say, Charmaine, okay, are you finished? Okay, you're done? Okay, good. Now get up and let's get started, okay? Because we got other people waiting on you, all right? You don't get to patent having a bad life, okay? Pick a number and get in line. I mean, literally, I would have to have this very true and real conversation with myself and simply say, okay, you had a hard time in life. You've endured your challenges. Now rise above it, because there are some things you have to pass on to the world. As you said, we have the opportunity to talk differently to ourselves. So I love the fact that you've done that. And here's the one thing I love about talking to ourselves differently. You've done that in this amazing, amazing book, Skinny Fat Perfect. I love this book. Listen, let me explain something to you. This book here is a life changer, because what it does is it dabbles into not only how we talk to ourselves, but how we see ourselves. Laura, you've got to tell everyone about this book.
Yeah, this book is really special to me. It's part memoir and part self-help book. So as Charmaine can attest, it's full of tools and tips, but it also talks about my story about overcoming addiction and really hitting a wall and walking through it instead of starting again, and all the challenges that I went through around my body image, around my self-esteem, mostly just like how I really came to recognize that until I changed the mind and until I changed the inside, the outside was never going to be okay. And it had nothing to do with my weight, my age, my sex, my anything. It had nothing to do with that. So it's just, it's a introduction to my work, and my work is, it's been going on for 12 years now. I've been doing this wonderful work with women all over the world and helping them and supporting them and loving and liking who they see when they look in the mirror.
You know what I love about your book? I'm going to read this little excerpt here. You said, you are not your weight. You live in a body, and you can love that body, and yet you are not your body. Oh my God. Hello. Can we say, listen, did you catch the wisdom, people? Come a little closer to the screen. I'll come to you. Okay. I'll come to you. That is so phenomenal, because so often we don't realize that detachation. We are not our weight. We are not our skin. We are not our hair. We are just simply beings within this chemical makeup we know as our physical ourselves.
Yeah.
And that is, so we're wearing the DNA of every ancestor we have ever had. So somewhere around 400 years ago, I got my great grandmother's nose, and somewhere around, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere around 100 years ago, I got my grandfather's fabulous lips. You get what I'm coming from? They are literally just chemical bodies with having a human experience by these spiritual beings being in this body. And when these spiritual beings that are in the body have not been tended to, we will find that our outer bodies are displaying the displeasure that the inner body is experiencing. Oh my God, can we catch that? That was such an aha moment.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And it is. I appreciate that. I appreciated the fact that you brought in our ancestors, and that's right. We are one. We are one, and yet this body is our home in this lifetime. It is our vehicle, and I want us to all like really have a mind shift around loving it and respecting it and honoring it and treating it well. And at the same time, we are way more than our bodies. And it's really, for me, having some lightness and some levity about, I am attached to how I look. I do want to look good. It is important to me. But it's really, in the big picture, it's meaningless, because being attached to spirit is, for me, way more important than being attached. So I want to honor and respect the body, and at the same time, really just remember who I am, which is spirit.
Exactly. And you know what? Here's another beautiful way of capturing that, is to also allow people to realize there's nothing wrong with liking to look beautiful. Women and men, but this is the show for women. We should want to look beautiful. We should want to look at our best. But when looking at your best becomes more of a priority, and you're trying to look your best because you don't feel your best, that is when it becomes a problem. That is when it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem when we don't see ourselves as a beautiful person, no matter what we wear, no matter how we look, no matter what the circumstances are on the outside, knowing how to value ourselves on the inside. Isn't that correct, Laura?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love it. So thank you, everyone, for joining me and my wonderful friend, Laura Fenamore. She has, again, this amazing book. You have got to go to Barnes & Nobles and get your book. Listen, it's got a skinny on the top, fat on the bottom, ladies. She is gorgeous in all of her splendor, honey. And we have got to get this book, because it is so greater than just the outer image. This book is a life changer. It teaches us how to love ourselves as ourselves the way we are.
And the book is actually on Amazon, and on my website, there's free gifts at skinnyfatperfect.com. That's where people can go and get the link to get the book too. And there's
wonderful. Did everyone get that? That is skinnyfatperfect.com. You can go there and you can get there's gifts there waiting for all of my visionary women. There are wonderful books there for you to read. And I'm almost certain this will not be Laura Fenamore's last book, because she has way too much wisdom within her for it to be her final book. I will join you guys again for our video exchange at thevisionarywoman.com. Thanks again for joining me. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you.